What is up, good people, and welcome back to my channel, Budget with D. I am D, and welcome. Listen, I am so pleasantly happy to have you here once again. We have hit 100 subscribers, you guys, and I cannot thank you all enough. Just many thanks and hugs and hearts to all those who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos. I am just immensely elated at this point in time, and we are just going to be moving up from here. So of course, remember to tell all your friends and all your family and so on to subscribe to my channel, Budget with D. In today's video, I will be doing my closeout for the month of October as we wrap things up for the month of October, and we will see what we did, how things went for the month of October. So without further delay, let's get right into this closeout. And as usual, I am going to be starting with Babe's binder. All right, so transport would be the first on Babe's binder, and he would have started with $4.75, and there is nil in here. His spending for the month of October would have been so we had September the 29th, 300, so we had $400, $4.75 as well, and there's nil in here. Then we move along to the savings. Now, I mentioned in the last closeout video, I believe it was, that I would now be including the savings figure in my closeout video, because it's not like I didn't have the cash, I just deposited it, but I was not accounting for it in the previous videos. So what had happened this month, however, was that the both of us had to get our license renewed, and so when I get the renewals envelope, I will talk further about that. But my husband, he had wanted to apply for the 10-year license, so we had to take out some from his savings in order to add to that, and plus he wanted to get an additional license as well. So his savings, we had put in $480, but I have to minus let me just get the running from his, so 480, and he would have had 2185 over the period, but I have to minus $700 because he took out, so now he's at 1485. I'll put this in black ink, so let's put a dash there, so when I'm totaling, I'll remember what I need to do with that. And as a result of him going down to 1485, I took out one of the prop, the $500 prop that I had here, and he just has in here the $1000 prop. All right, you guys. Okay, so next, moving on, internet would have been $170. Remember I told you we have two internet bills, so that would have been paid already. Cell bill would have been allotted, I believe it's usually $100, yes, and that has been paid already. Top up would have been 113, we would have topped up already. The electricity would have been 150, and that has been paid at the end of September. It would be paid this month in here, so I'm gonna put the 150 back in the ending balance. All right, and that was it basically for base binder. So I still have the 150 in here to pay the electricity bill. We're moving on now to Izzo's binder. So the first envelope that we have for Izzo is his savings binder, and he would have been given an amount of $250. So I'm putting back that $250 here because that's still in his account. All right. And the total he has is now 1305. So I do have a 1K slip in here for Izzo. Next up is his spending. And spending, he has a balance of $7. we did a lot actually. His spending, I took out some pics, professional pics at the studio. He wanted snow cone, he wanted chicken and fries, and yeah, he had a lot going on. So at the end of September he had $65, and now he has a balance of $7. All right, that takes care of his spending. So let's just make sure it's $5, $6, $7. All right, next is his school fee, and I would have deposited $300 here, so we still have that $300 that we take out every month. $300, so that is fine. Clothing, we did not put anything, so that remains as 0. Miscellaneous, I did not put anything in his miscellaneous either. And school supplies, neither, so that remains as 0. So next we're moving on to our variable expenses binder, which is this one. So we have, just move my red ink out of the way. We have giving, and we had started with 230. So let's see how much we have now. 1, 2, 10, 20, 25, 30. So we still have that 230 in regular giving. Next up is family giving. And we had started with $80, and we balance now 10, 20, 25, $30. So we used 50, and I'm not going to say what that giving was about, okay? Just give. All right, let's move on to vacation. And we had was 290. So now we're at 1, 2, 50, 60, 70, and 80, and 20 is 90. So nothing came out of that. That stands at 290. All right, next up is vehicle. And vehicle, we had 145, and now I have $45. I have $45. I had to purchase some oil for my engine, so that's where that would have come out from. Next up is renews, and I was telling you all about renews. So I would have had $1,105, but now I have $5 because we both had to renew our license. So just have $5 at the same time. Basically, I had not even realized that my own was expired, and because of the pandemic now, there's a whole new system of registration and so on. So we did it together. So I had to take out the $1,100 to go towards the renews. So I definitely have to put in again and start restuffing this particular envelope. All right, so now water, it's supposed to be 200, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, $200, and nothing has been taken out of that. because as I remind you all in every video that we are not in our own place as yet, so but I'm just saving up this money for when we do, we can begin paying our own water rate. So I do factor it into the budget one time. Next up is investment. An investment would have had $200, and we have $150, $200. So I have not yet allotted the investment money to anything. I'm still doing some research, and when I'm completed with that, I will begin to utilize this investment money. So now, of course, I must remind you concerning this particular envelope, which is my YouTube and taxes envelope, and I need your help to get to 1,000 subscribers. You guys, you have been doing great. You've got me to 100 plus, and it's only up from here. So let's move on now to our sinking funds binder. All right, so the first envelope we have, ignoring the fact that I have not yet punched. I'm shameless. I have not yet punched this in. So home would have had $90, 90. So we have 50, 60, 70, and 80, and then it's $90. So that remains the same. Next up is household. Let me just get this situated here. So next up is household. Household had $60, and I now have 10, and 10 is $20. What happened with the household was that I had to repurchase some markers for my mom, that my son took her whiteboard markers and he had a field day, and the tip of the markers, it split out like that. So I had to rebuy a good few whiteboard markers. Well, and then he did the same thing with the ones that we had home here, so I had to purchase 2 sets of whiteboard markers. Yes. Birthdays would have been $130, and my mom's birthday is coming up on the 1st of November, so I did take out $50 already for her gift. All the siblings are going to put up 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 20, 40, then 15, then 16, 17, and then it's 80 for her birthday. So I have a balance of $80 in there. Now, celebrate, and apparently I did not write it in the list that I wrote up prior, so I had to put it to the bottom here. So celebrate would have been 250, and we have 1, 2, 20, 40, and then it's 50. However, I know that I have to take out $100. The siblings have asked for an extra $100 contribution towards my mom's birthday, and I don't mind, so I'm going to take it out from the celebrate envelope. So I'm going to place it aside one time and just put the correct balance of $150 on here, and I will update my tracker off camera. So let's go back now, back to the top. Date night. So date night had 110, and I now have 50, 60, 70, and it's $85. Well, we went on a date, but it wasn't just my husband and I. we had children with us, but we enjoyed our ice cream nevertheless. All right, so treat Tuesdays would have started with that's 100, 250, 250. So we have now 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 150. So he did make a sizable purchase at $100, you guys. All right. So this is a new envelope that I have decided to put into my binder. It's called Local Holidays, and those are for the holidays that we have in my neck of the woods or in my country. For example, Republic Day, Independence Day, and the such like. Sometimes we might decide to do a cross-country drive, or just a little family get together for those local holidays. So this has not been stuffed as yet, but I'm hoping to get it stuffed real soon. So this is new. Next up, emergency fund. Oh, and by the way, I made this myself, guys. I tried something, and I kind of like it. So let's do emergency fund. Emergency fund was 110, and I just have now $10 in there. All right, medical was 165, and I have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 130, 150, 165. So that remains the same. All right. Next up is dental. Dental would have had 30, and we still have 10, 20, 30. So that remains the same. Moving along, we have vision. And vision had 130. So we have 50, 110, 20, 30. So we are still at 130. Pets. My pet fishes, you guys. I don't have any other pets besides the fishes. And that had $25. So this is for like if my husband needs fish food, but he told me he had a big bag and he didn't need any for quite some time. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that still remains at 25. But I have this here in case he needs to get any food or any items for the aquarium, etc. Or just probably to replace any fishes if need be. So as you can tell, this miscellaneous is empty, and that started at $90, and that is now empty. Big buys. So big buys. Oh, the tracker got bent in there. So straight. How was that? 200. I mean, of 120, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Same thing. 200. Next up, holy days, and we had 520. I had to put it in the bottom because I did not write it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 55, 20. I didn't use anything from the holy days as yet. No, I do not celebrate Christmas, but I would be celebrating the Hanukkah season, and that begins on the 28th of November this year. And I just put in this special Hanukkah envelope because Hanukkah actually runs for 8 days, so it's 8 days of festivities and gifts for my son. So I said I'll put this in one time so I can begin to prepare myself for next year. I also got this idea from another YouTuber whose name I cannot remember, but she had put in a university envelope for her child. So I recently did this one as well. I made this one myself also, just trying out something. And so that has not yet been stuffed, but it's in my sinking funds binder. Excuse me. So now, last binder, as per usual, is my pink binder. Alright, so now remember my spending covers 4 areas, which is my self-care, beauty, clothing, and hobbies. So I'm just going to total everything under spending. Now this $2 is going to go into my $1 challenge, so I'm not going to check this. So that is out. So that was empty. And clothing, well, I have not stuffed this for a while, and I have not used what I put in since I put in the $40. So I'll just put 40 and 40. So let's just make sure. Yes, 20, 40. All right, so the hobbies would have been included as part of that as well. Next up is savings. And I would have started, I would have put in 480 slash, so I should have had 2185, and I still have that. Right. I think I would need to update. Did I update my prop slips? I am not sure. Okay, I have two $1,000 slips in here, so that's fine. I have to do some $100 prop slips. Okay, next up is my cell bill, and that would have been $230. And I topped up, and I'm a balance now of just $5 here, besides the bill I would have topped up. And I'm going to take this $5 out because I think I want to enter it into my $5 challenge, or one of the challenges that requires $5. So I'm going to take this out from here and leave a zero balance there. Alright, so that takes off my cell. Internet would have been 170. This is internet 21 that would have been paid. So the balance is 0. The grocery money is not in here as usual. You know, I like to keep that as a surprise and then see how much I totaled when I'm doing the actual cash stuffing. So that's not total. Eating out. Yeah, we ate all that eating out money already. And I had allotted $50 to eating out, and that is gone. As you can see, the gas is empty, but my husband did just top me up with some gas, so I'm safe. I'm safe, people. We are fine. And I would have allotted $220, and that is gone. Next up, I had was family fun, and I did not put that in here, so I'm going to write it below for some strange reason. And I had $20 in there, and that has been used. All right. Oops. Well, you know, you all know you all know how it goes, right? So the oops envelope had started with 40, and it is now empty. Well, others, of course, for other bills that I have to pay, if any requests are made by my mom, my sister, my brothers, etc., who needs me to pay their bills when I go in to see about mine. This envelope is another one that I made. I put it in here so that when I get my $1 bills, I should be stuffing them in here. So that $2 that you saw up front should have actually been over here. But I recently put it in, so when I get the $1, I put them straight in here and then transfer them to my savings challenge binder. So bank has nothing, and that would be the end of that. So now I am going to run the totals, and I will get right back to you guys with the final figures, you guys. So you guys, I am back with my totals. So after totaling my starting balance, um, which I began with for the month of October, it totaled to 8238, and my ending balance is 4362. So now that would have been a difference of $3,876 that would have gone out, separate from, of course, my grocery bill, and then um, the $700 my husband took out from his um, savings. Of course, I took away the 480 that we initially deposited, and then there's a 220 difference, and so I would um, reconcile that 220 difference on my savings tracker. All right, so not bad at all for another month. And so we keep going, you guys. And of course, I once again I want to thank you so much for bringing me up to 100 subscribers. Remember to like, to comment, to share, and of course to subscribe to my channel, Budget with D. And of course, you know what's coming. I pray that you are blessed, that your finances are blessed, and that all of your people are blessed. Have a great one, guys. See you soon. Bye. Peace.